Demonolatry, by its definition, is the worship of demons. Can't get any more simple than that, but is the definition as simple as it seems? Now, normally this is where I would say, I'm Melvin and I'm going to tell you about blah blah blah. However, this is a subject that is way out of my league, so therefore, we have a special guest who's going to do the talking.
Hey, I'm Brooke, and this is Tell Me About Daemonolotry. Daemonolatry is the worship of what some people call demons. However, demons is not really the correct term for them. The more appropriate term would be daemons, and their worship goes back to ancient times as far as the Canaanites and Phoenicians. Some come from the Greek faith, some come from Egyptian faith, and some are far more ancient. But they were essentially pulled into one group that are now known as demons. Many people practice daemonolatry for a multitude of different reasoning. Some do it to better themselves, others do it to assist in everyday matters and extremely difficult times in their lives. It's very dependent on what the daemonolator wants or needs in the moment. There are a lot of misconceptions about daemonolatry, namely that daemonolators have to sell their souls or perform acts of great evil to earn the benevolence of the entities we work with. This is actually not true at all. Most of the time, daemons are very big on self-worth, independence, and good deeds. I will say that a big part of daemonolatry is giving the entities we work with offerings. But oftentimes the offerings are more self-focused, and they definitely don't have to do with selling your soul. By self-focused, I mean stuff like, let's say you have a cigarette addiction and you want their help with a specific instance, so they might ask you to quit cigarettes as a sort of offering to them. Another example of these offerings would be your time and dedication, such as doing a specific ritual for 14 days, or deciding that you're going to meditate every single day for a month, or do yoga every single day for a month. Offerings can also extend into material objects, but above all else, offerings are essentially there to show your reverence and your dedication to the entity, and not a sell your soul exchange of, items like I give you this and you give me that. It's more of a partnership than a business transaction. So in return for offerings, your time and your dedication, you can get assistance in personal growth, you can get assistance in everyday matters, and knowledge. Although these entities don't follow our morals and we can't really judge them as good or evil, they would never request that you harm yourself or others, especially innocent life forms. Now, like all things in life, there is a risk factor if you just rush recklessly into the practice. You have to take the time to figure out what you're doing, learn about what you're interacting with, and learn how to sense these entities, as well as take cautions against the ones that you don't want to interact with. When you're looking to work with entities like this, a big part of the practice is interacting with them, hearing them, and sensing them. There are also other entities out there that don't have the best of intentions, so when you're reaching out to a particular entity, you're going to want to make sure you're actually reaching the correct one so that other ones don't take advantage of you. Part of preventing other entities from taking advantage of you would be learning how to protect yourself astrally and even in the physical realm. This can be done by thoroughly cleansing the area, setting up barriers, or setting up crystal grids to both protect you as well as balance the area you're going to be practicing in so that they can reach out to you easier. Another thing I would like to touch on is the risks regarding personal growth as well as mental health. When you're dealing with these entities and you have a lot of issues within yourself that you need to deal with, and you request their assistance, they're going to push you to face these things. If you're not mentally prepared to face these things, then that is going to be detrimental to your practice. When working with these entities, you do have to be careful about the things you ask for. because what you ask for, what you request of them, is what you're going to receive. So you have to make sure you're not only open, but mentally prepared for the consequences of what you ask for. Another misconception about this path is that you have to be evil or willing to do evil acts. However, that's not true. In fact, a lot of the times you're pushed to, by human standards at least, do good and be morally righteous. They will push you to be the best version of yourself and to do the best that you can do, even when no one else is looking. In the long run, even if it doesn't follow the standard Christian morality or the morality of other religions, it does push you to do good and to be a good person. Ultimately, it's good for your soul and good for your soul's progression. Thanks everyone for watching. Once again, I'm Brooke. You said, tell me about Daemonolatry, and now you've just been told.